Hello, everybody. Welcome. What do you do when you're angry or resentful or bitter or frustrated? How do you deal with these difficult feelings? Often, when we're aware of them, we try to pretend that they're not there because it's uncomfortable to be aware of them. Sometimes, actually, they're there at a deeper level, almost so that we're not conscious of them, but they're whirling around inside us. And then, of course, as we know, what tends to happen is that because they do need an outlet, they emerge in barbed comments or unkind actions, which express some of the anger that we have been feeling. And of course, sometimes this passive aggression is not directed at the people or person who was the cause of those feelings. Often because it's somehow easier, these barbed comments or um, aggressive actions are addressed to people who are closer to us, and they are the victims of us failing to have dealt with the feelings and thoughts that have troubled us. I heard recently of a story from a woman in Bournemouth who told how during the war she was allocated a prisoner of war to deal with her garden, and as he worked, they got on extremely well. But when he was repatriated at the end of 1945, she found that the next spring, when the crocuses came up through the lawn, they spelt out the words "Hail Hitler." He had buried his anger and frustration at his situation in her lawn, although it seemed to her that he was a perfectly kind and gentle man. I think a lot of the times we think that we're being gentle, that we're being loving, but actually hidden in our words and in our actions are the barbed expressions of our deeper frustrations. Today on Good Friday, I'm thinking of Jesus before Pilate and the reaction the crowd gave to Pilate's question, "Do you want me to release him or Barabbas? Crucify him." And I think when they shouted out that, they some of them were angry with Jesus, perhaps, but the evidence is that a great number of them rather applauded him and liked what he'd been saying and doing. And now I think here we've got the opportunity to let rip some of that passive aggression, some of that deep hidden anger and frustration that the people felt, perhaps just about their own lives or about the fact that they were under Roman occupation, all sorts of personal things and political things. But out came this anger against Jesus. Today I'm going to try and make sure that if I do feel frustrated or resentful about something, I'll deal with it. I can, just by bringing it to the surface of my own mind, of course, is helpful. Telling somebody else about it can somehow give vent to those feelings a little bit. Bringing it to God in our prayers is important. And in these ways we prevent it being hidden and coming out in unwanted and passive aggressive ways. And if we try and do that today to keep our passive aggression to the minimum, then at least we're trying not to do what the crowd did to Jesus.